me, aka the one, the only Panda. How are you, Panda?
Hi. I'm alive. We're alive.
That's great.
I just got a text that there's a 2-hour delay tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we're about to
Yay!
get hammered with a ton of snow.
Allegedly. Or you guys are.
I know we're supposed to be. Yeah, there's going to be supposed to be a lot of snow hitting us up here, which I'm not completely excited about, but it means I get to stay inside tomorrow, so that's my ideal.
Yeah. There needs to be school. It's like, it's hard enough that the kid is stuck at home, bored out of her mind. So I'm like, no, just go to school. She's like, oh, we don't have school tomorrow. I'm like, then you're going to be bored all day.
I already have my Lego set planned out, so honestly ready. I put up a new shelf to like display all my Grogu's because they have another one releasing here in a month or two, so I'll need to get that. So,
oh my gosh, that reminds me. I meant to look up. Hold on, June.
what are you looking up?
My Lego set.
Oh, did you order one?
No.
Oh. Doesn't do anybody any good then.
The message that I sent you the other day. So the cargo ship Tokyo Express is mine.
I honestly thought I was paying attention.
Huh?
Huh? I don't know. It's lost in all the bullshit that we send each other. Just saying.
If I find it in 2 seconds, you're grounded for a week.
I've sent you so many videos and memes lately. Like I can't. I have to go through all of it. You sent me a bunch of Skyrim stuff to hold on to in our group.
Wasn't that far
snap.
back?
Apparently it was. Did you send me a link?
No.
I don't know.
Let's go like this.
I mean, I sent you Fourth Wing stuff because I'm reading that right now.
Yours is that one.
Yep. I did see that one. Yeah, I found it. I sent it to you. Oh, were you like, oh, what your birthday set is? Oh, you never sent me what yours is.
Because I forgot. That's what I'm saying.
That's why. That's
I'm
why.
like, oh yeah, I meant to look this up. Yeah, mine was the cargo ship Tokyo Express.
Interesting.
Gosh, I'm blind. I'm over here like, don't move forward to the screen. I'd literally have to read it like this.
Yeah, we could see all your pores. It's a good thing we have nobody watching us right now. They would see all your pores too.
It's fine.
I mean, we are posting on a random day. So today is Sunday for us. Typically we do this in the middle of the week, but this week has been crazy, to be honest with you, because I'm finally back at work. And Thursday I was at work at 2 and I didn't leave until like 10 or 11.
PM to PM or AM to PM?
PM to PM. So it was just one of those things that like I spaced it, and by the time I remembered to like tell you, I was like, well, she didn't reach out to me, so obviously she assumes it's not happening this week. So I was like, sweet. But then we got some news
that I read part of.
Yeah, I told you to do your homework and you did half of it, so fail.
It kept like glitching out at the same spot, and I was like,
It's fine because I found the articles. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming with us, this is our episode 50. We've made it 50 episodes. Avowed is back with a new update, and Phil Spencer from Xbox is retiring. Those are the two real main points I wanted to come across today. Like, the main reason why we're doing this today is because of Phil Spencer. I felt like we had to dive into that. But I brought Avowed up because I recently just downloaded it again. It released it on PlayStation here last week.
Oh.
And I have a buddy at work that's playing it. He's like, "Oh, this game got bad reviews." I'm like, "Yeah, because it came out in the not best polished state." And if you know anything about the Pillars of Eternity universe, which I highly doubt you do, Obsidian made this universe, and it's a very like top-down CRPG, very in depth, very lore based, and there are multiple different races such as dwarves, elves, humans, etc. Well, when Avowed came out, it only allowed you to play, I think, between two races. Yeah, and I'm one of those people that if I'm playing in a fantasy setting, I want to play as a dwarf because
See, I'm always an elf.
Gimli. But you, but for people like myself, that it doesn't feel like they allowed for you to really role play a character that you'd want. So they added characters
So
for
you
this.
can go back and restart.
I restarted. I deleted my saves because I got like 2/3 of the way through, and I was like, I'm done because I don't like playing as a human if I know that the universe has dwarves. Any other universe like Mass Effect, like, yeah, absolutely, I want to play as a human. But or Star Wars, yeah, I want to play as a human. But when it comes to a fantasy setting, I want to be
Like
that
the
dwarf.
stereotypical fantasy.
Yeah, I want to be that dwarf wielding dual axes, slashing into everything. So,
All right, Gimli.
exactly. So let's. I'm gonna. Let's see if I can get this up and do it right. Because I'm not the best at this, and we know it. Do. This is over at PC Gamer, and it is by Fraser Brown, published February 19th, 2026. So we're not a few days. We're only a few days past this set of news. Avowed's massive anniversary update adds new playable races, but they don't get any unique dialogue because there were no dedicated narrative people available. The new, yeah, exactly. The new races are just a mechanical distinction, which is fine, in my opinion. Like, I don't need to be the center of attention to play an RPG, I guess. Avowed's 2.0 update, or also known as the anniversary update, is a meaty one. New stat bonuses, custom difficulty modifiers, new game plus, the new staff weapon type, a new photo mode. It's a lot. The most significant new addition, though, is undoubtedly the arrival of 3 new playable races. Oh, so there are 3 races. I forgot about the fish folk.
Oh, that's why I was like, "Are you sure?" I was thinking about that. Like,
Yep. If you've not played Avowed yet, you might be surprised to hear that. Until now, only humans and elves were playable. This is a significant departure from the Obsidian's previous game set in the Aurora or Aura, the Pillars universe. So basically, the Pillars of Eternity, which offered plenty of choice at character creation. The in-fiction reason for this limitation is that where the main character is from, elves and humans are the dominant peoples. But that's a bit of a bummer for role players. So now you can play as a dwarf, or Orlan, or an Alma. I can't even pronounce that. Whoop. Anyways, let's continue.
words. I'm like, I don't.
If once you saw it and you're not, I'm like, I'm done. It's pretty common in RPGs for your choice of race to have an impact that goes far beyond your stats and skills. This is also true of Avowed. where there's some unique dialogue based on your race. Not so for the new editions, however, which offer a mechanically and aesthetic difference only. Chatting to RPG site, gameplay director Gabe Paramo explained this omission. It was actually quite difficult, he said, of introducing the new races. It took a ton of work from our gameplay engineers and character artists to make sure all of the character customization options worked across the new races, and that our in world interactions all synced up properly regardless of the player's height or proportions. But while gameplay engineers and character artists were involved, nobody from the narrative side contributed to the update. On the writing side, because our post launch team was primarily made up of people focused on the PS5 port and gameplay without dedicated narrative people available, we weren't able to add unique dialogue choices based on the player's race. I'm going to stop for a second because here's something to think about as well. If they were to add new dialogue options and such, they would more than likely have to bring in the voice actors again to record new lines. I can see why they didn't go that route.
Money.
So, I mean, it makes sense, but it means that now I would have liked to have had people comment on the fact that I'm a dwarf, but playing this game, I know dwarves already exist on this continent. So it's not out of the ordinary that a dwarf would be there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Picking one of the new races means you get to enjoy different gameplay attribute bonuses depending on the race the player chooses. So there's still a meaningful mechanical distinction tied to that choice, said Promo. Well, that's taken the wind out of my sails a bit. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic that Avowed players are getting some significant new options a year after launch, and all for free to boot. But Obsidian is known for creating some really detailed role playing opportunities, so it's a shame that the update doesn't really cater those of us more interested in those side of things. Avowed's anniversary update is now. And that's the thing. Like, I really like Avowed games such as Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, Pillars of Eternity. Like, being able to role play within those universes is something that I really enjoy. And it just makes it more immersive when you have dialogue choices that fit the character you're trying to play.
I love that I knew that you were going to say that. So I was like,
I mean, we talk to each other all the time off air anyway, so it's not like you don't understand that I'm here for the role playing side of things. There's a reason why I played Starfield so many hours.
Speaking of talking so often, I had to confirm that you were in party the other night. I was out. I was passed out, dead asleep.
Oh yeah, I showed up.
I heard your voice, and I was like,
nah, you were dreaming. It was. So, I wasn't there.
I text Greg. I was like, wait, was he at a party last night? And he goes, yes. I'm like, I thought I was losing my marbles. I was like, am I tripping balls? Am I hearing his voice in my sleep?
I was talking to Wes because he was playing Skull and Bones, and I'm like, I can't because I've already beaten the season pass for Skull and Bones 2 days after it launched. Like, I'm grinding out certain things, but I'm waiting for the weekly reset to be able to do more of what I want. And so I've been playing Fallout 76 because I want that role-playing experience. I want to play Fallout, but the issue that I'm having is that with the Play Anywhere, there's a mod on the PC side of things that is broken and you can't download it. So I don't want to start playing Fallout where I can play between both the console and the PC if I can't play it on the handheld. Because when I'm watching TV with my wife, that's when I want to go and find all the junk to be able to keep building up my settlements, which is fine.
Our first world problem of the day. I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, I was driving to work. So like 40 minutes, I pondered. Did I hear him? Was he really there? And then finally, like once I got to work, I text Greg. I was like, I'm not losing my mind, am I?
He's like, absolutely. You guys were just going at it all night, like fighting. No, I was really just talking to Wes, and
If
I
that
was
was the
like, oh,
case,
you
I
guys
would
are
have
there.
been like,
I was gonna ask if you were there, but I was like, I wonder if she's texting Greg, and they're just kind of avoiding me, anyways, because Greg wasn't really responsive either.
I was just dead asleep.
Which is
Dead.
fine.
I was off the planet, which has been like the new norm for us lately. So, like,
Mhm.
if I don't say hi when you join in, I'm sleeping.
I'm not worried about it because I met a few guys
Mm.
playing Fallout 76 and we've been hitting it off. So
Mm.
they were Army. There's one cat that's in the Navy. Haven't met him, but it's an few Army cats, and we're just going around blowing shit up in power armor. It's great. I
Love that.
also have a new controller. I got the Asus ROG Raikiri 2, the Pro controller that Asus ROG has made. Oh, and it
Love
lights
that.
up. Watch.
Yeah.
I'll turn it on.
Pretty colors. Everybody freak out.
It has all the back buttons I would normally want with the Elite, so that's nice.
I can't
I
stand the back buttons.
I can't live without them, to be honest. I've played with an Elite for years. I've had an Elite. I go through an Elite a year at least. I've had
Lay
a
down.
few V2s,
Oh, I don't want you.
and I've been wanting to try this one out because this has TMR joysticks, which are supposed to be more anti-drift resistant. So I'm hoping that it lasts longer than the joysticks on my Elites. However, so far in my review, the Raikiri 2 feels kind of light and cheap in my opinion.
Oh,
Because the thing about the Elite V2s is that they have a rubberized grip and they are really heavy. Um, which I've grown accustomed to. So playing with this controller, it feels like I'm playing with a toy, which is the way I've always felt about PlayStation controllers. So I'm not that surprised that it is kind of that way as well. But that is currently on my list of things I'm going to do a review video about. You look pleased.
I'm gonna commit a felony.
Dog?
The dog is just sitting here, just staring at me like whining.
They're like,
Like,
I gotta go potty.
no, I need attention. I am so lonely.
But speaking of the Raikiri 2, there is a rumor that the Elite series or Elite version 3s will be releasing at some point or be announced here soon. I'm hoping that they take it a step further and give us good sticks, because what I also miss is that the Elites allow you to tighten your joysticks to give them more resistance. And playing with this controller, I'm just like flinging the joysticks all over the place. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these move too easily. So I don't know. It's up in the air. This controller is nice. We'll see. It was a gift for my birthday because my mother-in-law doesn't want to wait to give me presents ever.
That must be nice.
It's great. it just showed up on the doorstep, and I was like, I got it. But it's cool. It comes with its own case and everything, just like the Elite. So I mean, for the price, it's definitely so far worth what my mother-in-law paid for it.
I mean,
It's great.
as
All right,
long as
so
you're happy.
well, Microsoft has been in the news for a lot more than in anything else lately.
Yeah.
Here is the next one. Let me get it up. This is from CNBC and by Jordan Novitt, and this was published February 20th, so 2 days ago. Microsoft Xbox chief Phil Spencer retires, replaced by AI executive Asha Sharma. Just key points. Phil Spencer will retire from Microsoft after 38 years at the company. Asha Sharma, who came to Microsoft from Instacart in 2024, will take over as the head of the gaming division. Revenue in Xbox business declined nearly 10% in the December quarter, a steeper drop than management had projected. All right, so let's continue. Microsoft's head of gaming, Phil Spencer, is leaving the software maker following a 38-year tenure as the company's Xbox business faces increased challenges. Last year, Phil Spencer made the decision to retire from the company, and since then, we've been talking about succession planning. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella wrote in a memo to employees that was published on Friday. I want to thank Phil for his extraordinary leadership and partnership. Spencer's exit follows the departure of business development chief Chris Young and GitHub CEO Thomas Domke in 2025. What are you laughing at?
I forgot to change literally everything.
What?
J-Dog just popped into my chat. He's like, Hogwarts Legacy, huh? I'm like, huh?
I changed it all.
Yeah, but like when I go live,
Oh.
my notification still says Slytherin to completion, and it didn't update that I was like what I'm doing from funny. Hogwarts to talk shows. Thanks, Jordan.
Slytherin in that chamber. All right, let's continue.
We'll do a shout out for that one. Yeah.
Revenue from video games at Microsoft declined about 10% in the December quarter from a year earlier, a steeper drop than the company expected. While total revenue grew nearly 17%, Microsoft announced an unspecified impairment charge in its gaming business in January. The company made a $75 billion bet to expand its games business with the 2023 acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and it released Call of Duty titles as a cloud service. But current generation Xbox consoles haven't been as popular as Sony's PlayStation or Nintendo's Switch. And Microsoft has shuttered studios working on new games. Nadella said in a memo that Spencer, who took charge of Xbox in 2014 after running the company's gaming studios, nearly tripled Microsoft's gaming business, in part through acquisitions like Activision Blizzard. Spencer also pushed for Microsoft to take over Minecraft developer Mojang. Over 38 years at Microsoft, including 12 years leading gaming, Phil helped transform what we do and how we do it, Nadella wrote. After Nadella became CEO in 2014, Sony was selling more consoles than Microsoft, and investors had floated the idea of spinning out consumer assets such as Xbox. Analyst Rick Sherlund of Nomura estimated that the division could lose more than $1 billion for a year. The question is, do we go forward with Xbox? Spencer said in 2020 interview with gaming website Shack News. Spencer said he pursued Nadella to bring hardware, software, and game development groups into one organization. Asha Sharma, who joined Microsoft in 2024 from Instacart, will take over for Spencer, becoming CEO of gaming and reporting to Nadella. Until now, she has been president of product at Microsoft's core AI business, which former Meta executive Jay Parikh runs. Before arriving at Instacart in 2021 and serving as operating chief, Sharma spent 4 years as the vice president of product and engineering at Meta and 2 years in marketing at Microsoft. So that's something. She's been with Microsoft for a significant period of time. So she kind of, I hope, understands the business. Because I will be honest, 38 years at the company, yeah. Phil, Uncle Phil, if you watch this, I'm very glad you are retiring. But from what I've gathered from the rest of us here in the community, a lot of us are going to miss your leadership in the hopes that things move forward in a way that is beneficial to all gamers. Oh, hold on. I just got a text from my wife. Oh, So we're gonna have to travel.
Oh boy.
Sorry, guys. I just got news that I sent something to my wife the other day that about Dunkin' having like 28-ounce or 48-ounce buckets for iced coffee. And she's like, I don't think that's real. And she just sent me a text and she's like, I found the locations that these Dunkins that are going to have the buckets of coffee are at. I'm going to get a bucket of coffee.
Like, I have to go out of my way? Cool.
for a bucket, for a 48-ounce bucket of coffee? Abso-fucking-lutely.
That sounds like a nap to me.
That's not even like a fraction of my intake for the day.
I could feel it. So I had a cup of coffee this morning and then a cup of coffee when I got to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started drinking on a Dr. Pepper. And I could feel the tired. I'm like, no.
Maybe it's the sugar.
No, like I usually will have 1 cup of coffee that's sweetened with honey.
Oh, coffee doesn't put you to sleep, does it?
So if I'm struggling to sleep, I'll actually have 3 cups of tea out.
You might be ADHD.
Hi, let me tell you a really funny story about how I found out that I was ADHD in high school.
See, I'm autistic. I read things and I know
we as kids were having some fun with an interesting little, drug for ADHD. All of my friends were rolling off their chairs.
I think I've had that before.
And I was chill. I was like, what are you guys all hyped about?
Hyper focused on everybody else.
They're like, oh, this is so cool. My best friend since middle school, Austin, he's like, are you ADHD? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Why? He's like, yeah, the Adderall's not going to do anything for you. You have ADHD. And I'm like, what?
Coffee puts you weirdos to sleep.
Yes, that's why I have to like my limit is 250 milligrams a day. It sucks.
That's not even a jump start for my heart.
I know. Anyway.
Okay, back on track.
Squirrel.
Yeah. That's why people come here. We will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years, and the developers who build the expansive universes and experiences that were embraced by players across the world, Sharma wrote in a message to Microsoft's gaming employees. She has worked on artificial intelligence products such as the Foundry for incorporating AI models into third-party applications. As monetization and AI improve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop, Sharma wrote. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Sharma said Microsoft will renew its commitment to console gaming. Microsoft's original Xbox came out in 2001. Matt Booty, head of Microsoft's gaming studios, will report to Sharma as Executive Vice President and Chief Content Officer. Together, Asha and Matt have the right combination of consumer product leadership and gaming depth to push our platform innovation and content pipeline forward, Nadella wrote. Sarah Bond, President and Operating Chief of the Xbox unit, will leave Microsoft. I have had the privilege of spending time with Asha over the last few weeks as we've planned for this transition, and I've seen firsthand her deep commitment to our players, developers, and brand. Bond told Xbox employees message she also posted to LinkedIn. She brings deep technology and commerce experience, along with the strong track record of building and scaling platforms that the world uses. Xbox deserves this. Bond and Spencer both said that they will advise Sharma on the transition. So what do you think? because you're not as invested in the industry as much as I am. So I would like your opinion as to what this means to you.
For how little I know, like what, and since I didn't do my homework like a like a good child, what did she do for Instacart?
I don't think it is really discussed. I think all we know is that she worked on the board or was a
What's her name
high
again?
an official. Her name is Asha. Let me look. I have another article here up. So
Sharma.
Asha Sharma, yeah, Asha Sharma. I wonder if she's on the technology side of Instacart because I could see that.
Okay, so interesting. So I typed in Asha Sharma job at, says Amazon, Google, Microsoft, VCU, Walmart, and America's Got Talent.
Weird.
Okay, that's Asha Sharma for VCU. Whoops. Instacart. I don't want the recent articles. Yeah,
Well, don't read the
Asha
article.
joins, so back in 21, Asha joins Instacart from Facebook, where she was vice president of product for many of the company's communications products.
So she's basically into tech in general, which is good in my opinion because we want somebody that kind of understands that space to be
Chief
able to
Operating
lead.
Officer at Instacart. She took company through its IPO. Okay, no, that was no. My screen went from dark to white and just no. My eyes.
Hold on, folks. She's thinking. I can smell the gears turning from here. Jesus.
You're so mean to me.
I hate mean enough, apparently. Jesus. You're the one hearing my voice in your sleep.
But at least it was actually there. Yeah, oversee Instacart Marketplace, which also includes the app, logistics, growth, and marketing.
Sure, she was there to improve the business. What do I have on my
The
face?
company's private communications across Facebook.
That's what that is.
Facebook previously served as VP of product for Messenger, head of product for social impact, COO of Porch, responsible for operations, product growth, and marketing efforts. Okay, so she's doing things.
Yeah. So, I mean, in my opinion, all I can hope for is that we get somebody in there that won't bend to destroying the brand.
Yeah, that's my only thought process on the whole thing with how little I'm involved.
Well, we're about to discuss some more because we're going to read another article based on this. Let me bring it up. This is from PC Gamer by Andy Chalk, published 2 days ago. Xbox boss Phil Spencer is retiring, and his replacement is an AI executive who joined Microsoft in 2024. Now, I believe this title is supposed to stir chaos because they're like, oh, we have this new person in here that's going to be replacing him. It's not uncommon, guys. It's not.
Words.
Sarah Bond, who is widely expected to take the reins one day, has instead resigned from the company. And we'll talk about my opinion on that here in a minute. We sometimes say it's the end of an era to mark a notable occasion of one sort or another, and sometimes it's warranted, and sometimes not so much. In this case, though, it is rarely the end of an era. After nearly 40 years at the company, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer is retiring. almost 40 years. Like we already talked about this, 30 years. When I get to that age that I can retire, I'm just walking out the door and not looking back. Like, good for Uncle Phil. Like, you got it.
Especially working for Microsoft.
His pension is lit. He gets video games for life. That's what it is.
That better be it.
Lucky bastard.
One day.
No hard feelings, Uncle Phil.
But
I'm just jealous. When I walked through Microsoft doors as an intern in June of 1988, I could never have imagined the products I'd help build, the players and customers we'd serve, or the extraordinary teams I'd be lucky enough to join, Spencer wrote in a memo sent to employees. It's been an epic ride and truly the privilege of a lifetime. Last fall, I shared with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella that I was thinking about stepping back and starting the next chapter of my life. From that moment, we aligned on approaching this transition with intention, ensuring stability and strengthening the foundation we've built. Xbox has always been more than a business. It's a vibrant community of players, creators, and teams who care deeply about what we build and how we build it. And it deserves a thoughtful, deliberate plan for the road ahead. Look at this shit. Fallout. I'm telling you, I'm being chased by Fallout. Spencer subsequently confirmed his retirement in a message on X. For those of us that don't accept that name, Twitter. It's rare in life to know when a chapter is closing, but after 38 years at Microsoft, the moment has arrived for me. I've made a decision to retire and begin the next chapter of my life. It's a milestone that's given me a chance to reflect on the incredible journey I've been given, I'm sure. Oh, journey I've been fortunate enough to share with so many of you. Sorry, I had to open it up in another link. Unexpectedly, Xbox president and heir apparent Sarah Bond, who joined the Xbox division in 2017, is not part of that plan. Bond has instead resigned from Microsoft outright. Matt Booty, currently the head of Microsoft Studios, is being promoted to Chief Content Officer. Spencer's position as Microsoft Gaming CEO will be taken over by Asha Sharma, who joined Microsoft in 2024 as president of its core AI product. Prior to that, Sharma served as chief operating officer at Instacart and the vice president of product and engineering at Meta. In a separate farewell message, Spencer said he'd been working with Sharma for the past several months and that he has tremendous confidence in her ability to lead Microsoft Gaming. He also said he'll remain in an advisory role through the summer to support a smooth send-off. Despite her background in AI, Sharma said in her own message that Xbox will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Now, we don't have to continue the rest of this because we basically pretty much know what to expect from the rest of this article, because it's the same, it's reiterating the same thing. But what I wanted to cover was the fact that Sarah Bond, who was the Xbox president and heir apparent, was also leaving Xbox. And my thinking is that she was always been groomed, in my opinion, to replace Phil Spencer at some point or another. And knowing that she has stepped down has kind of had my gears turning in a way that makes me to believe that maybe she does not agree with the way that Xbox is going to be ran in the future. Because Microsoft, going forward with this AI, has, of course, its uses, but not a lot of developers want to incorporate AI into their games.
I remember we talked about that. I'm trying to remember why I brought it up to Greg. I think it was because he was like struggling with something in a game. I was like, oh, if only we had the AI. Can you lay down?
But
go.
Here's the thing: on the Xbox ROG Ally X that I have, it has Microsoft Copilot, and believe it or not, I have Copilot on my phone. I do because I use it quite a bit because I have been in a creative mood, and I like to write sometimes. Because the dream is to have a book published at some point, and I've liked it because it has allowed me to bounce ideas off of it and make me look at things differently, in the sense that it would bring up something I didn't think about and help me organize my thoughts. So there are use cases for AI. However, when it comes to gaming, you can't trust AI to create a narrative and make it feel human. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But AI has been used for years in an effort to help um, look at lines of code and find out the mistakes and such. So it's not out of the ordinary that AI would be used, but it makes me wonder why somebody that has been in charge of Microsoft AI is taking over Xbox.
I'm sorry, repeat your last sentence.
I can't even remember my last sentence.
God damn it.
I'm just kidding. No, I said it makes me wonder why somebody that has been in charge of AI for Microsoft is now going to be in charge of Xbox. And that's what concerns me.
Okay.
Not the fact that,
because I was like, I was reading something and listening to what you were saying, and what you said didn't like. Brains didn't work.
You didn't see me text my uncle in the middle of my tangent. You can't do two things at once. Oh,
I can barely do one thing at once.
Let's
be real.
I usually have my iPad sitting next to me while I'm listening to a YouTube channel playing a video game. So
that's different.
It's. I mean, I'm still texting. Jeez. No, guys.
I mean, I've been texting the child too. No, my brain went to a direction because I brought up the AI thing because I was like, oh, we've talked about that before. But I was just like, oh, I wonder what the update on HighGuard has been.
I had an article for that.
Of course you did.
Because a few weeks ago, but if we had done our weekly episode, we would have talked about it. But if that's something you want to discuss, I can find it in my history and bring it up.
I'm looking at the one that's on PC Gamer from like 3 days ago.
The one that says HighGuard's website went down today and fans are fearing the worst.
Yeah, from the 19th. I'll bring it up. The website woes. That's the one that I was reading. The website woes are just an administrative thing because he mentions that the problem is mostly paperwork type issue, and Wildlight isn't rushing to do anything about it because it's got bigger things to worry about.
Hey! We got like 20 minutes to kill. If this is something that you want to,
I was just like my brain cell, just like
that's fine. It's fine. Listen, you are co-host. I will bring up stories that you want, my dear. We are a team. We are a partnership. We got this shit, man.
I'm just here to look pretty. I was just curious.
This is at The Gamer, and this we'll look to see when this was published. Let's bring it up. HighGuard's website went down today, and fans are fearing the worst. This was published February 17th, so not that long ago, by Jack Coleman. HighGuard's website has been taken offline, with the URL now displaying a message that reads, "This site is currently unavailable." There's always a chance that the website is going offline in a temporary measure that isn't meaningful, but fans are already predicting that this could be the end for HighGuard. You would forgive these fans for being pessimistic, as the future doesn't seem bright for HighGuard. The hero shooter has fallen to a daily concurrent peak player count of 1,000 players, down from 90+ thousand the game commanded shortly after release. A bigger problem than dwindling player count, however, is that Wildlight Entertainment laid off the majority of its developers shortly after the release of Highguard, which is something that we also, discussed um,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, we made an incredibly difficult decision to part ways with a number of our team members while keeping the core group of developers to continue innovating on and supporting the game, Wildlight told Kotaku earlier this week. We're proud of the team, talent, and the product we've created together. We're also grateful for players who gave us a shot and those who continue to be part of our community. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this statement doesn't express confidence in the future of Highguard. The game has only been online a couple weeks, and yet Wildlight's statement suggests the game has already lost its player base irrevocably. Highguard has seemed like a poisoned chalice ever since it was featured on the final reveal of December's The Game Awards. The trailer was given a massive spotlight and ultimately failed to convince players who were critical of the game's strange aesthetic and mishmash of incongruent multiplayer mechanics. In social media post, developer Josh Sobel revealed that everything went downhill after the reveal of the trailer as the gaming community became eager to see the game fail. Still, hundreds of thousands of players did try Highguard, but Wildlight clearly feels the game doesn't have a viable future.
So, the question I've had, and
Yep.
I keep forgetting about it, but now I actually remember at a key point in time. Do they not know when they're being announced then?
What do you mean?
So during the gaming awards,
Yep.
they announced it
which
as
we
like
watched.
Sorry, my correction here. Actually, it was an Evanescence concert. There just happened to be a gaming award going on. Anyways.
Okay, continue.
I still listen to that song every day.
I bet you do.
So they had the gaming awards.
Yep.
Did the developers not know that, like, hey, we're gonna like do your preview of the game and it's gonna be like the highlight of the gaming awards? Or is it like, oh, like I'm assuming it's like the Super Bowl where you pay this much money for us to air this, but we're not going to tell you when.
Here's the thing. The last spot is typically the highlight, the premiere spot.
That's what I mean. So like
companies pay an extreme amount of money to get it posted there. However, Geoff Keighley is rumored liked the game so much that he felt that it is what should be the end to encapsulate everything, and he thought it was going to get a lot of players excited. Well, what he fails to realize is that the host, Geoff Keighley, yep. He fails to realize that gamers are not as stupid as we used to be.
We're adults.
Most of us, the big player base, I mean, the medium age of a gamer right now is 35 to 36.
Make me feel old.
The younger generations are not playing games like we are, and a lot of us are tired of spending our money on cosmetics and skins to keep a game alive.
Yeah.
So when we hear that a new live service game is being announced, yeah, we may give it a shot. But if you see the massive player base dipping and leaving a game, it does not give a gamer confidence that that game will be around for very long. So why am I going to spend money in a game that's going to close its doors in less than a few weeks?
Yeah.
So
that's what I was like confused about. So they paid for their preview.
From my understanding is that they didn't pay for the preview. They didn't pay for that spot.
Okay.
It was like just slotted in that spot.
They didn't pay for the spot. They just paid for a spot.
More than likely.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Because it's like, I was trying to make sure, like, okay, are you holding yourself accountable that you didn't want this to be highlighted the way that it was? But now that you said that
No,
Jeff
which is
did
why
it.
I feel that the developers are rightly upset
Oh,
because
okay.
if Geoff Keighley did do it that way, then he sent that game out to die. If that
Damn it, Jeff!
trailer, if that trailer had come in the middle of the showcase, in the middle of the awards, I feel it would have had a better reception than being the final spot that a lot of players and viewers stay to see.
I was actually talking about that with a client the other day because I was like, I brought up High Guard, and he's like, I'm not too sure how I feel about it because like during the gaming awards, da 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 da. I'm like, I talked about this on my podcast. I'm like, we both, I think, feel that what was it, Divinity?
Divinity, the next
Like,
Divinity game.
yeah, that should have been swapped. And the guy like was totally. He's like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that preview. I'm like, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
But
and that's the one that a lot of people left the game awards actively talking about because it was so provocative. It was so
in your
adult.
face.
It was in your face. And I feel like that would have been
That
perfect to end the game awards saying, "Hey, if you have kids, get them to bed. Here's the trailer." You know what I mean?
well, we
Like
were up pretty late, so I mean, if the kids were up watching the gaming
you're
awards,
right. But you have to think like this is airing overseas. We were up late because we're in the Eastern seaboard, but the Western seaboard was still like 6 or 7 o'clock.
nuh-uh.
Regardless,
Was it really
it,
that
it I can't remember. I'm sure somebody might go back and look at it, but
late?
but I'm just saying, Divinity would have been a better
Spot
game
for the
to
highlight.
spot in that
Yeah.
as the highlight because it would have garnered more interest and people probably wouldn't have bashed High Guard nearly as much. I think the other thing that really helped it seal its fate is that in the beginning it said from the developers of Titanfall. And if you go look at the trailer on YouTube or any other spot that really mentions it, is that a lot of people are complaining that we got this instead of
Like
Titanfall
Titanfall
3.
2. Yeah, 3. Yeah. That and that was the funny part that I still giggle about because I mean, I kind of agree, kind of, but like
I mean, I agree for sure. I would rather have had
I would have
Titanfall 3.
rather had yes. But what can you do? We've been asking for a Titanfall 3 for how long?
I have watched I mean, it's no news to a lot of people that I watch also a lot of other video game creator content. And oh no, it's Alex brought up a very good point. Cuz everybody is talking about how gamers are negative on a lot of these games that have currently been coming out. And most of it is because companies are making things like um, Fallout 76 or I mean, granted, I like Fallout 76 and Skull and Bones, which are not bad games in their own right, but they are not the games that the majority of people are asking for. People are asking for like the remake of Assassin's Creed or the next Fallout game or the next Elder Scrolls game, and yet they will make something and push it out the door and then people and wonder why it fails when they're not listening to their market base
Yeah.
because it's just like the way that the music and not really music but the way the movie industry also works because you see all these IPs that are failing as they come out the gate, and it's not what people want. Star Wars specifically, you see a lot of new Star Wars IPs failing because they're not telling the stories that the majority of the fan base wants. Same with games. These big companies are pouring money into these live service games that are designed to suck the money out of our pockets, and nobody's willing to keep doing that anymore. because most of us have that game that is sucking the money out of our pockets and we don't have any more to give away, or we're tired of being forced into a game that makes us play with other people. Not that I hate you guys, I just hate people. You know what I mean? I mean, I like playing with anybody that wants to play with me. Absolutely. I will definitely make time to do so. But for the general populace, I like playing Fallout 76 because I'm not required to play with anybody. They're there,
Yeah.
but it's not a requirement. Whereas most MMOs generally force you to have to work together with somebody, or the games are coming out with multiplayers parts only and not a single player aspect. And as I've gotten older, it has become more and more apparent that I am enjoying single player games more than I have been multiplayer games because I don't have the time to play the multiplayer games.
No. It's so really funny. The past like 2-3 weeks, Greg would be like, "Oh, guess who's on? Guess what they're playing?" I'm like, Starfield, Railway, or Fallout 76. Greg's just like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "'Cause we're friends."
Because we're friends and he's autistic as fuck.
But he's just like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Because yeah, you were playing the Railway, and then
Railway Empire 2, yeah.
and then you switched over to Fallout." And he's like, "How do you know these things?" I'm like,
I
"Well,
mean,
it was like just after you finished your Starfield battle pass too, because I was like, well,
your
you
Skull and
already
Bones battle
there
pass?
you go, yeah, the Skull and Bones.
Starfield
I was
single
like,
player game.
but I was like, well, he already finished that because he told us the other night, and he's like, okay, good to know you know so much about my friends. I'm like, no, he's my friend now.
Yeah, no, he's
This
mine.
is Soviet Russia now. He's my friend.
Our friends.
But oh my gosh,
I mean,
it's just
I've been wanting to play other games. However, my handheld allows me to mindlessly play something while I'm watching TV with my wife, whether
yeah.
it be playing Skull and Bones or playing Balatro or Railway Empire, the things that kill time.
You mean
Um,
Balto? You're playing Balto?
it's a card game, Balatro.
I
Um,
know.
or I'm playing Fallout 76 when I'm downstairs because I have the big screen TV, and that's what I want to experience playing Fallout. I'm locked into these games because I don't know. For Fallout 76, it's progression. I like getting blueprints. I like building my base. I like doing that kind of shit. For Skull and Bones, I'm maxing out my ships. For Balatro, I'm just trying to beat card hands. And then for Railway Empire, I just like to run a fully functioning railroad that functions as intended.
Without actually doing your job.
My wife always makes fun of me when I play games like that because she's like, you're just doing your job, right? I'm like,
But
I
we're not
know.
having to do it.
Anyways, I do have other things I want to play. Like I did start Avowed today with the new update. So I already have my dwarf loaded. I'm in the prologue right now. I'm working towards getting through that. So I do want to start playing through Avowed. And because it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, I can play it upstairs on my handheld. Like I'm not tied to the console, which is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
So it is getting good. What now? What do you have to say?
So I've been like, it's so off topic.
I mean, we're pretty much done.
We're wrapping up. I know,
We're
but
wrapping up. So what do you got?
USA versus Canada hockey.
Oh yeah, we stomped them.
Barely. But we had a really good game. I legit went to church really, really early just so I could get to work early, so I could turn the TV on and sit there like in the dark in the corner, like eat my breakfast and watch the game.
Did you see the stuffed animals that the Canadians got?
It was
They got
so
silver.
great.
It was so funny. I've been seeing reels all over the place.
So
my wife is really big into the Olympics. She's been watching like the figure skating and stuff.
Not my thing.
And the
I'm just here
American
for
won
hockey.
gold in that too. So
yes. So we have 22 gold as of the hockey game.
that's awesome.
But
I don't care about the Olympics nearly as much as I probably should.
So on that topic though, and on top of like how Phil has been with Microsoft for almost 40 years, it also triggered the thought that I had like a conversation today about this, because in what the tweet that he said, he's like, been here since 1988, and I'm like, that was like 30 some years ago. Okay,
he's been there since before we were born.
Almost 40 years ago. I'm like, I had this conversation with a guy in my chair because we were like, they reran the USA versus Canada game. USA hockey hasn't won a gold medal since the 80s. And I'm like, that was 20 years ago. And the guy in my chair was like, the 80s was like 40 years ago. I'm like, nope, it's still 20 years ago in my mind. He's like, yeah, but we're 20 years into the 2000s. It's 20 years ago.
I still can't believe it. Like,
wrap my head around it.
My little girl turns 5 next month, and I turn 35 a few weeks after that.
See, you know what's going to be crazy? Is when my daughter turns 21, I'm only going to be 41. I'm still going to be in my prime. I'm like, we can go to the bar together.
I'll always be 30 years older than my little girl. I'm not excited.
Hold on. So my mom, oh my gosh. Okay, my sister's going to turn 20. Oh my god. So that means my mom's going to be turning 60 in October. Okay, so she had me when she was like late 20s.
I mean, my mom was 15, just turning 16, and my dad was 18. So
you are 16.
I work with a guy, 18. And we're kind of really good friends at work, and he is as old as my dad. He's like he's the same age as my dad.
I love that.
Yeah, we text bullshit back and forth all day. It's just crazy how life works, you know.
But it's like
getting old sucks.
So it just kind of makes me giggle though, because like, okay, so my mom was like in her 30s, like my childhood. Oh my god, that's so weird. But so my mom and I would always go see this Christian rock band Cutlass. Anytime they were in town. I know who
Cutlass are.
So if they were like within a 3-hour drive away, we'd go see them every time. And every single time, some kid would come up to my mom like, hey, like, you want to dance? Like super like nerdy looking kids. And I'm like, how old are you?
Like, she's married to my dad.
It's always like 17, 18, 19. Bro, you can be my older brother. This is my mom. Like, no. And they'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My mom would just be like, oh my god, that's so awkward. I'm like, you're not the child here with your mom getting hit on by a kid. Like, oh. But now I'm like, oh, I have those same moments with mine, except she's definitely gonna outgrow me within the next year. She's already like,
Ugh, I'm not excited for that. But speaking of hockey, I have read 2 books already this year. My goal is 15. I have finished reading the last Throne of Glass book.
right.
I have read the first book in the Heated Rivalry series. Speaking of hockey,
Because I'm
are,
so
are,
good
are you looking this up?
at.
Tell you what,
Okay, that's okay. Yeah,
I
I
will save
I
you all the
remember.
trouble.
I remember. I remember now.
The
I
Heated
remember.
Rivalry series is nothing but gay smut
Yes, I
because
remember now.
I am progressive. My wife thinks it's great. It has really boosted our sex life. Um,
I love
and I am
it.
currently reading Fourth Wing.
Oh, now I feel like I gotta pick it up. But
I am, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, gentlemen in general, read with your wives. For the love of God, read books with your wives.
listen
They
to the
will not.
audiobooks.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm listening to an audiobook. I have 8 hours and 7 minutes left of Fourth Wing. Like, read with your wives. It is worth it for so many other things.
Excuse me.
And it gives you a lot more to talk about with them. I will tell you that.
And I'll even
Because
say on the other side of it, women play games with your men.
here's the thing.
It's kind of fun.
I had no intention of reading the Heated Rivalry books. None. I don't care about the sex portions of it. I care about the plot and the story. Because I watched the Heated Rivalry HBO show with my wife, and it was fair. It was I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
My brain though, when you watch reels, like, oh, I read this for the plot, and then it's like the plot, and it shows like pictures of really buff dudes.
I am that person that reads it for the plot. Like this, I'll. It was funny. My wife. How dare you mention her sex life? It was funny. I was in the car driving from work, and I was reading Heated Rivalry because or the first book in the series. And the thing is I'm partially deaf. I have my radio turned so far up. And I pull up right next to this guy in this big ass semi. And I look over at him. He looks at me, and I just like look
And
away.
I look at him.
I'm like, all right, I guess we're here. And then I just zoom off in my car.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
But still,
I will say,
yeah,
it's I'm on this weird fence of, do I cave in and read the Dramini like spin-off books?
Now what is that?
Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger smut
Oh,
books. There's a
you mean the
huge
fan fiction?
but that's the thing, is a lot of these books got published. And they're really, really successful. And I'm like,
I mean, didn't Twilight start off as some fan fiction?
okay, hold on.
My wife was like, "Oh my god, yes, read Manacled, but it's not smut."
Oh, okay. I'll take her word for it. So Twilight happened because My Chemical Romance happened because 9/11 happened. Have you heard that? Like, it's a whole thing.
No.
So 9/11, and then My Chemical Romance happened, which then
Lost your train of thought? I thought I only did that. Choo choo, motherfucker.
9/11, My Chemical
Pew!
Romance, Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, is it 50? Is 50 Shades of Grey? 50 Shades of Grey is a fanfic, right? That's
Is
what
a
I'm thinking of.
fanfic of Twilight.
Okay.
Yep. It's so funny because like and it goes deeper, but there's a handful of videos that are out there like, did you know that 50 Shades of Grey would have never happened unless 9/11 happened because blah 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 blah.
Are you telling me we need to do a series where we talk about shit like that? Like, I mean, I'm down. Obviously, we need
Like little
content.
conspiracy theories, but strictly. I wonder if there's any out there about like this game would have never happened unless this happened.
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of them.
Oh, I actually thought about that on the way here.
Oh boy. On the
About
way here,
Fallout.
you mean on the way home?
On the way home, yeah, same thing. On the way here, I need a nap. So, because I've seen enough Fallout played to know like everything's like radioactive.
Yeah.
I lived in the area where the Hanford site is at. It's a nuclear power plant.
Mm-hmm.
We were also responsible for the creation of Fat Man and Little Boy.
Do you glow?
So when I did a barium study, they told me that. They're like, don't worry, you're not going to glow in the dark. I'm like, I'm from Tri-Cities. I already glow in the dark. The guy busted up laughing. So, because I meant to like look it up because, you know, I was curious about it in the car, but I was driving and it's snowing and it's dark and I can't see. Anyways, where all do most like of the Fallout games happen? Because Fallout 76 is in
Appalachia,
which is where I live now ish.
Mm-hmm. It's Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Then you have Fallout 3 that takes place in Washington, D.C. You have Fallout 4 that takes place in the Commonwealth, which is considered Massachusetts. You have Fallout New Vegas that takes place in Vegas, obviously.
Right.
And then you have, I believe Fallout 1 and 2 take place in California.
Yeah, so 1 and 2 is California, 3 is DC, New Vegas, 4 Mass, and then 76 is West Virginia.
That's it, West Virginia, yeah.
I want to know then, why isn't there one based out of Washington? Or would that just be like a little too close for home?
What do you mean? They literally had one in Washington, D.C. You think Washington State is off the table? No. Chances are the next one may even be in Colorado.
See, then we need to get...
Which is crazy, because there'll be 2 Fallout games.
I need to know who to send an email to.
Todd Howard.
All right, Todd.
Good luck with that.
I have a simple request. Just a tiny one.
There are definitely instances. Well, here's the thing that's a little tidbit about the Fallout series is Fallout wasn't originally done by Bethesda. Bethesda took up the mantle when the Fallout IP was up for grabs to make a new game. I think the original developers had like either closed doors or went under. And I'm just saying what I think, so don't quote me on this. The only thing I do know is that Todd Howard had basically asked his boss for the Fallout IP. And he had kept like saying, no. And Todd Howard kept asking for it. And then finally one day, Todd Howard came back to his office and found a sticky note on his desk that says, "You have it." Granting him the ability to make Fallout. Because Bethesda has always been known for making the Elder Scrolls games. They had made games like Daggerfall and Morrowind and Arena. So there were other Elder Scrolls games that a lot of people tend to forget about. But they were pretty renowned for making RPGs in the first place.
Yeah.
And Fallout 3 was their first foray into making a first-person 3D space for that universe, because the first Fallouts were all top-down isometric CRPGs.
Does it say what years they take place? No.
There is a timeline. The TV show takes place after everything. The first one that actually takes place, I believe, is Fallout 76, because that is after Reclamation Day, when the Vault Dwellers come back up to take over the
Oh
the
my
wasteland.
God. Okay, so that's interesting. So these timelines are very in the future.
Oh, absolutely. And it's
Which
an
is
alternate timeline. Like it branches off after World War II.
like, okay. Bombs Drop 2077, Fallout 76 2102. Why are we listening to 20s music in Fallout?
Because there wasn't anything else that was created afterwards.
2077, 2102. Fallout 1, 2161.
Because the aesthetic for Fallout has always been future retro.
Just when I had a really awesome train of thought too. And now it got ruined by the timeline.
Pew pew. I mean, I was playing 76 earlier today, and they were playing Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. I was like, oh, this is lit.
I know, it's such a... Oh, I love the music. Like, I could just... Yeah. But... Because then I was thinking at my little trek home, like, would the Fallout series be considered like a historical fiction? But seeing as the timelines are like in the future, I don't think
it would be. I think it would be considered historical fiction up until World War II, because it is alternate historical fiction.
Okay, fair enough. Because it's like, the way I see the Fallout series, like, that was the kind of stuff that like my grandparents and my parents were growing up worried about. Mm-hmm. Is something catastrophic happening to where nuclear power plants and stuff like got bombed, exploded, whatever, things got out of hand, everything goes radioactive. Like, that was a legit fear that people had.
Here is the basic gist of things. America was starting to invade countries because the resource wars were happening. A lot of everybody was losing oil. It was hard to keep food. Prices were going up. Automation was taking over people's jobs, and global tension had started. And America had started building these vaults to house people. Well, as the wars started to escalate and everything, and there were basically armistices between certain countries, a secret organization known as the Enclave, which is the remnants of the U.S. government, basically bomb our own country and launches the nuclear holocaust across the world. That is why Fallout exists. Is because the goal was to eliminate the wasteland and start from scratch. And by that time, mankind will have a new world to come repopulate, essentially.
Fair. So, I mean,
you're not wrong, but it's basically a Cold War between America and China until China comes and attacks Alaska for our oil.
Interesting.
Yep.
So, historical fiction.
Absolutely. If you're looking for like more deep dives into stuff like that, if you want something to listen to, Oxhorn over on YouTube has very, very good videos that actually go into depth for things like the war. I, of course, have listened to a lot of them.
No.
Because I don't want to do the diving myself. I'd rather listen to somebody who has already done the dumpster diving to find the treasure. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
I'm so glad I remember that I even had the thought in the same day. Go me. My brain cells working today really good. I got my life together.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're an hour and 20 minutes after the fact. I'm surprised we didn't have any hiccups in this episode. So let's
we did it.
Knock on wood. It is our game over. If you liked our content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you'd like to be on the show, please DM me, the Giga Gamer Dad, on Discord, YouTube, Twitter, or anywhere else you can find me, especially on Xbox. Same basically gamer tag across the board. Panda, where can they find you?
Xbox, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord, same name across the board.
That's right, guys. BPDC PTSD. We just know her as Panda here. Also, for those of you that are still with us, please go read with your wives.
And the random female that might just happen to be listening with their man, go play video games with your man. Everyone will be happy.
With that being said, thanks for coming out, ladies and gents, and enjoying the night with us. We look forward to seeing you again. And Uncle Phil, have fun with retirement. Ciao.
Bye.